Yes, students, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, students, if you see, yesterday we had like stopped here. We had just completed the self-liquidating premiums. Okay, so we'll start with the contest and the sweepstakes. So what are these? So we'll see. So they have an appeal and glamour. That means they call for the customers or the people to come and join here. Okay, they're exciting because people think they can win the big prizes being offered. Okay, if there are any contests, there will be some prizes at the end of it if you are winning. So because of that, people think that they can win. So they are being attracted towards this particular contest and sweepstakes. So it generates an interest among a large number of consumers because they feel that they are lucky or they can win something like this. So it is being uh, seen that people are drawn towards these contests. So what is the difference? So we'll see what is contest or what are contests. A contest is a promotion where consumers compete for prizes or money on the basis of skills and ability. So based on the skills and ability, these people compete among themselves. Okay, they compete among themselves for winning prizes or some set amount of money which is being already disclosed. Okay, the consumer has to have a proof of purchase or visit a shop to get the form to contest. In the sense, you are eligible if you buy something in that particular store, or if you buy a particular product, or you need to go to that particular shop and fill up a particular contest entering form. Okay, so that is that. So you can see an example here: click and win photo contest. That means here what is there? It is from Qatar UAE exchange. What they are telling you: make a photograph, do the talking. In the sense, it should be the photograph should say so many things without telling anything. Just by seeing, they should understand. So anything that has this particular quality, they feel. So you will be a winner if you are having that kind of photograph. Okay, this is click and win photo contest. So here, make the photograph, do the talking. Click a pic which portrays your relationship with Qatar UAE exchange and upload it on the photo contest app on our Facebook page. The photograph with highest number of votes will win exciting prizes. So here, what is the case? In the sense, here what they are doing is they are asking you to click some photographs. Okay, first you need to enter there, then in the Qatar UAE exchange Facebook page, you need to send your photos, and the photos with maximum likes, okay, will be the winner, and he or she is eligible to win exciting prizes. So these are contests. Basically, they'll ask you to do something. So in this case, they are asking you to take a pic, okay, which states your relationship with the Qatar UAE exchange. Okay, so this is two kinds. As they are telling you to upload it in their Facebook page, and with the maximum number of likes. So you make an attempt telling all your people or the people whom you know to visit the page and to like it, right? So what happens here? So many people go to their page, see so many things, just not the that particular photos that you have clicked. They go through all the different photos which are there, and with that they'll be getting or they'll be having information about the exchange. Okay, what is this? What is it about? They are basically making this particular site popular. So if anybody who were or who was not knowing about this will be knowing due to this particular contest now. Okay, that there is something called as Qatar UAE exchange, right? So and they have put some prizes, the photos of the prizes as well. If you see here at the end, so they have put here as a camera, video recorders, then TVs, laptops, okay. So music systems, so all these things they are offering in prizes, right? So it is somewhere old one, October 2013, even that is there, the draw date on before that particular date, from the date of uploading till that particular date, they'll give you to make sure that you get maximum likes. Okay, so what you do, you call all your people and ask them to go to that particular page. You can send that link also. So many a times you might also get some link stating that yes, I have entered a particular contest. Please use this particular link. Go to that particular page and like mine or vote me, right? So many things are there like this. So even in the reality shows, so at the end of those things, they'll say, okay, send the SMS or send type this and send it to this particular number. So what are these? These are contests where you need to basically vote for someone or like someone or uh, put your support for someone basically. So the maximum number of votes or maximum number of likes will be winning. So those are contests. So next is sweepstakes. So these also you might have come across many places. A sweepstake is a promotion where winners are determined purely by chance. It cannot require a proof of purchase as a condition for entry. Entrants have to only enter their name for prize drawing. Okay, so you might have gone to some fun fair or any fair basically, which has come into your city. So when you go there, they'll say, yes, we are having a sweepstake. They'll not call it as sweepstakes basically. We are having a lucky draw coupon for you. So you can write your name, your address, your email ID, your phone number. So usually they'll not ask for address, your phone number, your email ID, and your name, and you have to drop it in one some bowl or in some box or something. So after the end of that particular number of days which they are there, or on the last day, they'll pick one or two, or based on how many uh, prizes they are having, they'll pick so many numbers. So that is what they say. We don't know what they'll do later. But these are sweepstakes where you need not do anything. You have to just give your name, phone number, and your email ID. Okay. So this is one of the types you can see here. Super 8 Musical Festival sweepstakes. So here the rewards are like they can give you tickets to go for that particular concert, right? So when you put your address or not address, your uh, email ID or phone number and your name, what happens here is you're giving your details. So basically, what happens is they are creating a database. So who all are putting, like for example, in this particular case, the people who put like who go for this particular sweepstakes are the people who like musical concerts. Okay, so as and when they are getting all the information, as you feel, yes, no doubt they need to pay at the end of this particular sweepstakes. The winners, they have to give some one ticket or two tickets or whatever, okay, or a VIP entry, VIP pass, or whatever they have said here. Okay, so or vouchers or something. But what happens at the end? They are getting a huge database of people who are interested in these kinds of things. So next time when these people or the organizers again come up with some more organization of any of these events like this, they'll send you a message stating that yes, we are in your city and we are having a concert from this date to this date, or this particular day, this particular person is coming to your city. So if you want to participate, not participate, basically come and view it. These are the ticket details where you can buy them at this particular price. That means you are directly targeting these particular people. You know, you are having a database as of now stating that who are already interested in these kinds of things. So sweepstakes are even used for those things, getting information. Okay, where in turn they'll be giving very less price. So you might be knowing. So people purchase these phone numbers, email IDs. Okay, so similarly, there for purchasing you need to pay. Here also a nominal amount only is being paid, but you are getting information of all the people who are interested here with their phone number and email ID. So they'll tell you put your proper email ID and phone number so that we can contact you if you are the winner. So people think if I am the winner, they should contact me. So they'll give the right phone number or email ID. They will not give someone else's name or email ID or their phone number because they need to win. So even if they give a wrong phone number or wrong email ID, so if they win also, the mail will not reach them. Okay, so for that thing, there is, even you can say it as error free. Okay, you are getting the accurate information using these particular sweepstakes. So these are sweepstakes basically. Okay, so here you need not pay or you not do anything. You have to just give your details and they'll pick your names like from that particular bunch. Okay, from all the entries they'll pick. Okay, one form of sweepstake is a game which has a chance element or odds of winning. That means it's like a game. So different ways are there. So they'll close your eyes, they'll ask a small kid or they'll ask some celebrity to come and mix those and pick a card or something. So all this could be shown. Okay. Then they are easy to handle than contests and have a fixed budget. Okay. In contests, what happens is there might be there is no limit for number of entrants. Okay, any number of people could enter in contest. Okay, you need to take care, you need to check, okay, like how many people or how many contestants have got the highest, or many people have got highest or no, or you need to keep track of each and every vote or each and every like. Okay, but here everything will be there, just pick one card. Okay, where you are getting. So there is, this is easy to handle than contest. Okay, then have a fixed budget. So they'll say I'll give you 2 tickets, so of this particular concert. If your name comes, those 2 tickets are given to you, right? So very few budget constraints here because the amount is very less. The next is refunds and rebates. What are these? Refunds, as known as rebates, both are almost same, are offers by the manufacturer to return a portion of product purchase price. In the sense, if you are buying a particular product at 100 rupees and there is a refund of 5%, so 100 rupees, 5% is 5 rupees. So they'll give you back 5 rupees. Okay, so it could be on the spot or on your next purchase or on purchase of certain product. So these kind of things are refunds and rebates. Okay, to return a portion of the product purchase price, usually after the consumer supplies some proof of purchase. Okay, they'll say like next time if you come, you should get this particular bill so that you are getting this particular discount or refund or rebate. So it is generally used for new products or to make consumers switch brand. In the sense, if somebody is buying on certain brand and if you want to pull that customer towards buying your product, so what do? You do such things. You are like, if a particular person is buying one of the product and he is not buying the second one, so what do? So you can give offers on that particular product stating that, like for example, what I'll give. Okay, a particular company is basically selling tea powder as well as sugar. Okay, but many people are buying the tea powder but not the sugar, or the other way around. Okay, so what you do, like for example, they're buying sugar and not the tea powder. What you do? So when they're buying sugar, you give them coupons or refund, uh, like stating them some 5% or 10% is off if you buy the tea powder. Okay, on buying this particular sugar. So it could be 1 kg, 2 kgs, or 5 kgs. It depends. Okay, it depends on the person who is keeping this particular refunds. So if you buy 2 kgs of sugar, there is 10% discount on this particular tea, because you know the person who buys sugar may also be drinking tea, or it might be other way around. If he is buying tea, he should need sugar. So people use sugar in tea and elsewhere, but they make sure that yes, because of a person is purchasing tea, he will be needing sugar. If he is not needing, there might be some other people in the house who will be using sugar, so he has to buy. So when you're giving some particular rebates or refunds, okay, stating that you need to buy that particular thing, then you will look at it and you'll say, yes, I require sugar, so why can't I buy that? So you are basically making a person buy more products than whatever he is intended to. So that is what is this. It is generally used for new products or to make consumers switch brand. It encourages repeat purchase. So as I told you, there are different types. One is like, okay, you are buying this time. So when you come next time and you are trying to buy the same product, if you just produce that bill that you have purchased earlier, so there will be some rebates, okay, some 5% or 2% or 100 rupees off or 20 rupees off, something like this. Okay, then some consumers are discouraged by the delay and the effort required to obtain the saving. In the sense, so if you buy this time, you have to come back. You are buying the product again. It depends on the duration of the product or the usage, the type of usage. Like for example, if you buy a tea powder, it may go on for a particular month. Okay, but to obtain this particular refund or rebate, you have to wait for next month when you are buying again. So some customers say, "Arey, next month." who will be keeping those particular bills and all, so we may throw it, so leave it. So at this time, you like people may get discouraged because of that delay, and they have to keep that particular uh, bill stating that they have bought it on this particular day from this particular people. So if you see here again examples, Canon EOS 5D Mark II instant rebate of how much? $100 here instant if you're getting this. So at times they can put it inside the boxes also. So they say, okay, sir, you might be having a chance of getting a refund or a rebate if you get this particular card inside your package. So when you buy this particular model or when you buy this particular camera, when you open the box, you might get that particular refund or rebate, stating that okay, this might be costing him around $6,000 or $7,000. Then when they open it, it is like $100 are refunded, or there is a rebate of $100. So you need to pay $100 less than whatever is the total amount. So here again there is a Remington. Remington is a company who produces firearms, in the sense guns. So it is an example of that. Like they are giving you a particular rebate on buying a gun. So in India, it is not legal. Okay, in USA, normal citizens can have a licensed gun. Here in India, if you want to have a licensed gun, you need to produce so many documents and state why you want to buy this particular gun. Okay, but in US, it is allowed to keep firearms. Okay, so there could be one, there could be multiple also. In every household, you might find a gun or a firearm. So there they can put uh, advertisements like this, like for refunds and rebates. So this is a Remington. Okay, so it is 9 inches Storm Lake. The name is Storm Lake 9 inches barrel, and you can buy it by mail also. Like you can get $75 cashback. Okay, that is what they are giving you here, $75 cashback. This is a refund. Sorry, it's yeah, cashback. It's a refund from Remington. Okay, so these are refunds and rebates. Next is bonus packs. What are bonus packs? They offer the consumer an extra amount of product at a regular price by providing larger containers or extra units. You can see, right, some munch and all. If you see, 10% extra, 20% extra, when in Bormita and all, they say, okay, there is 10% more in the product. The product, they make the bottle a bit bigger and they'll say, okay, there is 10% more. They'll add that 10% inside only. They'll not give you additional small sachet or a small box with that. Everything is added inside. Or you can see the example here, that is Duracell. So here what it is, 2 plus 2 bonus. If you buy, the price of this is price for 2 cells only, but 2 more cells are free. That is 2 plus 2 bonus. Okay, this is AA cell, AA batteries they call. So if you buy 2 batteries, you are getting 2 more for free. Okay, this is additional. So larger containers, extra units. These are extra units. We can't have like double the life. So if you buy one, you are getting double the life. They cannot do that. So what do they do? If you buy 2, they can give you 2 extra. Or if you buy 1, they can give you 1 more extra. Right? So it results in lower cost per unit for the consumer. So if you are buying 2, you are paying for the price for 2 batteries, but you are getting 4 batteries. So you can divide whatever the amount you're paying by 4. That means you are exactly getting the price to half, because you're buying 2, you're getting extra 2. So at half the price, you're getting the particular product, right? So it results in lower cost per unit for the consumer. It is a direct way of providing extra value to consumers without any complication of coupons or refunds. So they say, okay, refunds, take it, collect, wait for the customer to come back. So don't do all those things. There is so much of hassle. If they feel, they can give offers like this. So buy 2 get 1 free. You might get so many products also in FMCG products like soaps, shampoos, and all. If you buy a larger container of a shampoo, you are getting a small conditioner free, right? So in the previous class, you had seen, if you had bought a Lysol floor cleaner, you have got a Harpic small pack free, right? So these are kind of bonus packs where you're getting, if you buy one thing here, there it was a different case. Here bonus packs in the sense you are getting the same product in more, buy one get one free. So you cannot buy a different thing. If you buy this one, there is one more that is of the same thing is free for you. So in this case, cell, you buy two, you are getting two cells free only, and it is you cannot take something else. So that is what is bonus packs. Okay, it is a direct way of providing. Okay, it's easier for the customer to understand, stating that if I buy this, I am getting this. That's all. I am getting this much more. That's all. Okay, it acts against any move by competitors to get the consumers to use their product, because you are getting, the customer is getting more for the amount what he is paying usually, right? So if it is a 1 kg of some product, if you are saying that 10% or 20% or 100 grams is extra, they say, okay, why can't I buy this? Okay, anyway, my usage is as per what I want only. So whether it is one kind of product, like one product of one brand or the other brand, it will, I'm using it for the same purpose and it serves me similarly. So if they feel that I am getting more in one of the products, so what happens? He may tend to buy this particular product. Okay, it has the disadvantage of encouraging already buyers to buy more. Okay, it may not help to get new customers. In the sense, there might be one disadvantage also, because people who are buying only might buy more, and it may so happen that new customers may not come to you. Okay, that chances are also there. So, but anyway, your product is being sold. That is one of the things. But only disadvantage is at times, and not always, new customers may not come. Okay, so may not come. I'm telling. I'm not telling they will not come. They may not. Okay. Then price of deals. What is this? So it reduces the price of the brand. It is offered on the package through specially marked price packs. You can see here. Okay, this the season to shop. This is the season to shop. Enjoy 40% off. Enjoy 40% off. That means on the label or on the package, you will find that a specially marked thing is there, that it will be so printed that it should attract you. That is, if you see that particular product, you should look at it first. Okay, 20% discount, 30% discount, this much extra. This price of deals, you are getting some kind of discount. Okay, they generally offer 10 to 25% discount of the regular price. So usually it is 10 to 25%, but you can see here at times it may go up to 40 to 80, 90% also. It depends on the product and the usage of it, right? The discount is offered from manufacturer's profit, and hence will get retailer support. So if the company says you need to reduce your profit for the retailers, they will not buy that particular product. They'll go for the competitors. So if any particular discounts or price offs are given, so it is based on the profits of the manufacturer and not the retailer. Okay, it provides an apparent value to the consumers. It promotes bulk purchase from consumers. That means, so here you can keep a term or condition stating that if you buy worth of so much, then only this particular offer is valid. Or if you buy this particular size, okay, people like for shampoos and all, if you see, there are people who buy small sachets, okay, of 1 rupee or 2 rupee or 5 rupees, okay, whatever. Or there are people who go for some 50 rupees or 80 rupees small bottle, and there are bottles where you are having 200, 300 or 400 rupees. So to make people buy those bigger bottles, they say, okay, at this particular price, I'm giving so much. Okay, if you multiply that particular amount, like for example, 20 grams or 10 grams of particular pouch is there, and if you are getting it at 2 rupees, okay, and if you're having a bottle of 200 grams, okay, so 10 into 2, how much it is? 20. So here, if you buy 10 sachets, you have to pay 20, but for 200, they'll give you around 80 rupees or 90 rupees. Okay, so if you want to have that, so you are paying more for sachets if you want to have the same amount of product. But if you buy it in bulk, you might save some 10 rupees, 20 rupees, or some percentage, 5 or 10%, something like that. Okay, so if you are looking at that thing and there is no much of budget problem, you can go for that. That is what they are trying to attract you to sell more. Okay, otherwise why people will go there? So there are small sachets available. They say okay, this month you can calculate like how many people are there, how many times particular week they will wash their hairs, like in terms of shampoo is concerned. So you can buy those many sachets, right? So next time when you are coming, you will buy some water. But if you buy a bigger bottle, okay, they say you save more and you may not be able to buy, or you are not liable to buy it on the next time because still it is available at home. Okay, it will not get over easily. Okay, so for that they'll try to attract customers stating that there is so much of off, okay, on the product or of that, on that particular brand basically. And next is loyalty programs. So everybody might have use this particular loyalty program. What are these? So these are basically stating that if you use my product, you will gain some points. Okay, after a certain number of usage, the number of points should reach a particular level, then you can redeem those particular loyalty points for some of the products or some discounts or something. Okay, so you might have seen you are using so many apps nowadays. Okay, they say okay, refer and earn. Okay, as some people they are paying you amount directly, you'll get 50 rupees, 60 rupees. But many apps, if you see, they say if you buy or if you refer, you are getting certain number of points. Okay, so best example I could give you, not of this particular apps. If you are using your credit card and debit cards, okay, so most of the banks are having this loyalty program. So if you are swiping your credit card or debit card of a purchase of 100 rupees or so, you are getting some one loyalty point or two loyalty points. It will be usually per 100 1 point or something like that. So even for HP petrol bunk and all, if you go there, so if you are buying using that particular HP Pay, so you are getting some points. Okay, so in your LPG, if you buy using this Paytm and all, again you are getting some loyalty points. If you reach a certain number of points, you can redeem them for few gifts or they'll give you some amount back. Okay, in HP it is like I think every 100 points you are getting some 20 rupees or something like that. I don't remember exactly. So if you reach that particular number of points, okay, however small the amount is, to reach 20 points or to reach 100 points, you need to give how many rupees? You need to buy something worth of 10,000 rupees, right? So 100 rupees 1 point, so 1000 rupees 10 points, 10,000 rupees 100 points. Okay, so if you are having 100 points, you are getting some 20 rupees or so. It is, I think, I'm not sure. So it is not matching actually. So some 30 rupees or 40 rupees or something like that you will be getting. You can convert it to money. Okay, or you can pay using those particular points. So if you are using those particular points, it will tell you. Okay, like or if you see this Flipkart and all, something called as super coins. If you buy something, so some super coins are added. So if you can use those particular super coins to purchase something or to subscribe something in Flipkart, so you are getting that particular option, super coins. Okay, so it is also known as continuity or frequency program. They basically want you to repeat the purchase or repeat the usage of that particular thing. So whether it is the app, whether it is a credit or debit card, or whether using the HP petrol bunk to fill your fuels. Okay, so it is commonly used by travel, hospitality, and retails. Okay, travel why? So in planes and all, they say if you are a frequent flyer, you are having frequent flyer discounts. That means in a particular year, you need to have had a flight of so many times or so many kilometers or so many hours. They say. Okay, like for example, from one place to another place. For example, Bangalore to Delhi, you can reach in 2 to 3 hours. Okay, so take it as 3 hours only. Okay, so if you have a flight time of 20 hours per month, okay, 20 hours per month, so you would be regarded as a frequent flyer. So you are eligible for certain amount of discounts, or you are eligible for certain VIP launch passes or entry. So all these things are there. So that is in terms of travel. In terms of hospitality, so if you are visiting any hotels, like these particular things are given to most of the companies. Okay, where people from the company are moving around to different places, and the companies will be having tie-ups with many hotels. So it is also like if the company is sending the people there, they'll say, okay, our booking is already being done. You need to go to this particular hotel. So as and uh, in overtime, if they are sending many people to the particular hotel, a particular amount of loyalty points are being added. So they'll also give more discounts to the employees. Plus, a special kind of treatment is given to the people of those particular companies who are coming there. Okay, so if they pre-book, that is also there, or it might be like they should show the ID card of that particular company. Yes, I'm an employee of this particular company. Then you'll get a particular discount. So here, even the hotel has their benefits, because whenever you're going there, if you show that particular uh, ID card of that particular company, they'll give you certain discount. But there will be no reduction in the hospitality when you are staying in that particular hotel. So you are getting the hospitality of that particular star. It could be 2 star, 3 star, or 5 star hotel at a lesser price. It could be 10%, 20%, 30% off based on the agreement with the company. Right. So here example, if you see, American Airlines has 44 million members in its Advantage program. In the sense, there are 44 million people who frequently fly through American Airlines. So here, Marriott, Marriott has 18 million business travelers in its reward program. In the sense, those many people, when they travel somewhere else where there is a Marriott hotel, they prefer to go to Marriott hotel only. Okay, then these loyalty programs allow consumers to accumulate points on continuous purchase of products or services, and the points can be redeemed for gifts or prizes. Okay, so this I already explained, and these programs helps in building customer loyalty. So if you think of a particular trip or something, you remember that particular airlines or that particular bus. In if you are traveling more by buses also, so you think of that particular bus. If you want to stay there, you will check whether that particular hotel is available. Okay, like Marriott, if it is available wherever you're traveling, you will prefer to go and stay there. Okay, then it also helps to develop a database containing valuable information about its customer. So this frequent purchase also, it will help the hotels or the service providers to know your uh, selections, like what kind of food you have usually, what kind of like for example, you are having any certain kind of products that you only eat. Okay, or more of a particular product you order, like in a restaurant, if you go, you order multiple times a particular dish. So they'll be knowing it, okay, you like this particular dish in this particular hotel. So when you go there, and if they recognize you or they come to know that you are there, they can ask you, sir, you will be having this dish only, or this time you want to go with a different dish. So that means even the customer feels that, okay, the hotels or the restaurants are looking after me. They are knowing my preferences, what I do, what I want. So some people like to have warm water when they go to restaurant. They order for warm water first and not the regular water. Okay, even that could be taken care of. So when the waiter comes, he'll come with a uh, warm water only. Then when you say, sir, warm water, I'm in required. Yes, sir, it's warm water. We know your preference. So that means you are valued there. Okay, you feel you are valued. So that is one of the advantages of this particular loyalty program. Then research shows that 66% of the people use loyalty programs because of discount. So out of 100 people who are visiting, there would be around 66% of the people, or 66 people, who will be going to that particular hotel or using that particular airline or using the services for the discounts. Then customers drop out due to long time it takes to accumulate points. Here the disadvantages, as I told you, you need to pay 10,000 rupees to accumulate 100 points. Okay, so this is just an example. It may not be exact. Okay, it may not be the exact offer what they are providing you. Just an example. So 100 rupees 1 point. So to gain 100 points, you need to spend 10,000 rupees. Then your number of points will be 100. Right. So in terms of HP and all, if you are having car, so every time you might fill around 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees. So in 5 rounds or in 10 rounds of that particular petrol pump, you will be getting those 100 points. Okay, so if you get some 100 rupees also, 1 rupee per point, so you are in gains only, right? So if you go for 5 times, you are getting 100 rupees. So if you do the same thing, like if you are going like far or your travel is more in a particular month, you will save some rupees, whether it is 5% or 2% or 1%, you are saving that much. And even the companies wants the same thing for you to come back again. Here, it is a win-win for both the companies also, and you go and get the loyalty points as well. Then next is event marketing. So what is event marketing? So you're marketing your products in the events. Okay, what kind of events we are talking? In event marketing, the company or brand is linked to an event or where a themed activity is developed for the purpose of creating experiences for consumers and promoting a product or service. Okay, then so if you want the explanation for it, it is like in an event you are creating a particular theme. If you are a major person over there, so they'll create a theme for you, or you can have your advertisement for like in a particular event. Okay, so it is done by associating the product with popular activities such as a sporting event, concert, fair, or festival. Okay, I want to tell you this event marketing is different from sponsorship. Okay, sponsorship in the sense you are paying money. Okay, for the organizing of that particular program. Here you are not doing that. You are only paying the money to market. Okay, to market your product in the event. You are not a sponsor there. You are just taking some time or taking some space in that particular event, and you are marketing your product or the service. So marketers can create their own events for promotional purpose. Here example, Pepsi created a Dew Action Sports Store in US. So they created an event, okay, for basically promoting Pepsi. Then they provide an opportunity for organizations to associate themselves with certain lifestyles, interests, and activities. Okay, like there will be association. Okay, like for example, what kind of okay, I'll give you this example. So those who know, or most of the places, there is something called as Anotsav that happens. So many different kind of cuisines in and around a particular place, they set up stall. Okay, one person who is or a group of people who are organizing that particular Anotsav, they say that okay, there is Anotsav that is going to be happening at this particular place from this date to this date. The people who are interested to have like the restaurants or the small chat centers and all, like they want to have a particular stall in that particular run. So what they do, they'll contact these particular people and they have their stalls. And people also know, as the name is Annotsal, you are going there to eat many cuisines. Okay, many cuisines in the sense here in Belgaum, if you see, you are getting whatever is available, like even Northy food or Rajasthani food or even South Indian like Andhra food or somewhere in between like Maharashtrian food. So all these kinds, like I'm not talking about restaurants. I'm talking about the uh, dishes which are given over there. So it could be veg and non-veg. So all kind of things are over there. So what kind of people come and do their event marketing there? Like the people who sell masalas. Okay, different kinds of masalas, different kinds of fries in the sense like papad and all. Okay, so those people are coming, like people related to food. Okay, something that is related to food, those people come and market. Why? Because the people come there to eat, their interest is on food. So there could be some products which help in making those particular preparing their food. So it could be utensils. Okay, it could be some particular cooker. Okay, it could be something stove. Okay, so those people come and market or use this particular events for marketing. Okay, so they provide an opportunity for organizers to associate themselves with key lifestyles. That is done. It is an effective way to connect with the consumers in an environment where they are comfortable with receiving a promotional message. Why they are comfortable here? Because they will be thinking of food. Okay, and you are giving them an input of something that is related to food. So they are okay to take that particular input. Okay, so nobody wants to see a shampoo ad or a soap ad in Another. right? So it is very vague. So any product that is related, they'll check for certain events like that, where they can associate the product with whatever event is going on. So those people go there and have their marketing efforts. Okay, it can be used to distribute samples or information about products and services, or to let consumers experience their brands. Okay, so they can give some small sachets, okay, so samples. So when they are doing that particular event marketing, okay, then they could ask them, like if it is a service, they could ask them, use this particular service for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. If you like the product, you can take it. Okay, so I have seen even peelers and all. If you see peelers, cutters, okay, then knives. So all these also are there in stalls. So if you want, you can buy those. Those kind of stalls are also there in Amritsar and all. If you see, and even in Funfair and all. So when people go there, they'll get hungry. So they'll go to the places where they are providing some kind of food. Okay, then near to that, we are having all this, some peelers, then cutters, then some food processors, some choppers. So all these things. Okay, so these are sold over there. Then it differs from event sponsorship. I told you about this, where a company develops actual sponsorship relations with a particular event and provides financial support in return for the right to display a brand name, logo, or advertisement message that can be identified as a supporter of the event. Here, this thing will not happen. So here, you are not the sponsorer. Here, you are just taking that particular space and particular time, depending upon what it is, okay, to market your product. That's all, nothing else. So it will not be there wherever they are having a particular poster or a particular banner. Your name will not come, okay, as a event marketer or event marketing. But as a sponsorer, your name or your logo will be there on the marketing of that particular event. Okay, so that is the major difference. For sponsors, it will be wherever the name goes, okay, the sponsoring will go. Like for example, sponsors IPL, Vivo IPL. Wherever IPL is written, everywhere Vivo IPL, Vivo IPL, Vivo IPL will be written. Okay, but for the event sponsoring, like for example Pepsi or any people, like anyone who is associated or anyone who is selling their products on the stands, their name will not be written anywhere, okay, unless they are sponsors. The same thing, if you see, there are different team sponsors. If you see the jersey, the people who are wearing, you can see so many advertisements on their shirts and pants. Okay, so those are sponsors for the team. So what they'll do, they cannot put everywhere. So wherever the team goes, wherever the team is being highlighted, there their particular symbols or their name or their short form is being put everywhere. Okay, that is sponsorship, and this is event marketing. That is the major difference. Okay, see here, you can see. So this, there is a particular kind of event that is going on. Here you can see these hoardings. Here you can see these scooters. They are basically here showcasing their scooters. Where? At the entrance. And there might be a apparel company which is having their digital, what do you call, digital standees. Okay, digital standees where you are having a particular shirt and pant. I think this is not visible exactly. Those are being kept over here. Okay, this is event marketing. So here, if you see one more, here this particular Sprite. Okay, in many other countries, if you go to beach nearby, there is a place to take shower. Okay, so in India you might not find that, but in many other countries, if you go to beach, if you are going there, so there is a shower nearby. Okay, to remove that particular salt and the sand that comes along. Okay, so here if you see, there is a some party or something on a beach, and there is a Sprite uh, advertisement. So as I told you, there is a shower. So they have made this particular shower in a way where people, like if you see dispenser, we call this as a dispenser, where in normal shops and all, if you are having a small dispenser, you just put a glass under this particular tap here, so that particular glass fills. So it's the same concept is used here, but instead of getting Sprite, they are having water here. That means they are having a event marketing done over here. They are not selling Sprite. They are making Sprite advertisement where there is a shower and water is falling. Okay, in like this is basically a symbolic way. So wherever the water is falling in a normal time, Sprite will be falling in a smaller case. Okay, this is what is event marketing. Here it is shared that Sprite house. Okay, sorry, Sprite shower. Sorry, Sprite shower. So where you can even you are marketing as well as people are using it, right? So next we are coming to trade oriented programs. So that was the first one which we saw some 8 or 9 different things. Okay, now we are looking into trade oriented promotions. So we don't have much of time. We'll just complete this particular thing. Then we'll go in detail of all these in the next class. Okay, trade oriented programs which all are there. Sorry, promotions. So trade oriented promotions. We are having contests and dealer incentives. So here we are directly concentrating the retailers or the distributors. So earlier it was directly to the consumers or the customers. So promotions related to customers. Here we are trade oriented programs. We are more focusing more on the dealers or the distributors. So contests and dealer incentives, trade allowances, point of purchase displays, training programs, trade shows, and cooperative advertising. So these are the types of different promotions available for the distributors or the retailers and not the customers or the consumers. We just finished the customers or the consumers part. Now we are coming to the trade oriented programs or promotions. So this part will continue in the next class. Okay, so it may take some time. We are almost about to complete. Some 10 minutes are there. We will not complete all. So in the next class, we will try to finish all of this. Okay. Okay, students, we'll meet you in the next class.
Okay, sir. Bye.